teeth, the bills on the table. Lost my rank when I lost that base. Still wake up to the same old chase. Check the exits in every room. Laugh it off, but I feel that boom. They thank me, then they turn away. Say my name like it's yesterday. I'm still here in this second skin. Worn and torn, but I'm walking in. Yeah, I bled for a flag and a fight. Now I'm crawling for a different light. This is the rally point, where the broken stand as one, where the quiet carry on, and the heavy hearts weigh a ton. Raise your scars to the sky, every shadow, every night. We don't fall, we don't run. We're still brothers, we're still one at the rally point. We're still one. VA line on a Monday morn. Same old forms, same old storms. Smiling photos on my phone. Empty chair at the table at home. Talking circles, swallow truth. Shake that leg like I did in youth. But I see you in these same worn eyes. Same dry jokes, same sleepless nights. We were forged where the steel runs hot. Now the war's in the heart and the thoughts. This is the rally point, where the broken stand as one, where the quiet carry on, and the heavy hearts weigh a ton. Raise your scars to the sky, every shadow, every night. We don't fall, we don't run. We're still sisters, we're still sons. This is the rally point. Oh yeah, where the lost ones find their ground, where the silent get a sound. We're still here, we're still proud at the rally point. Say it loud.
Welcome to Operation Intel Veteran Stories. This is a place where combat veterans can sit down and share their stories, why they joined, what they experienced during deployments, and how it changed their lives, and what they've been up to since deployment. The reason why I started this channel was because we lose 22 veterans a day to suicide. This channel is a reminder for every one of us that we're not alone, and to make sure the stories of our brothers and sisters are told and honored. Because at the end of the day, these are real stories with real heroes. Today, I'm pretty excited because I get to sit down with one of my good friends, somebody I deployed with, somebody I respect the hell out of. Nick Crouch, how you been, bud?
Been good, man. Been good. Hanging in there. How you doing?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just living the parent life. Before we got going here, I was telling him that, I have 4 kids and he's got 2, right?
Yep.
One's getting ready to, did you say graduate?
I got one junior year of college and then one senior year of high school. So working on the empty nest over here.
Man, I'm a long ways away from that. That's for sure. So tell us a little bit about yourselves. I know a good bit about you because we spent some time together in the military and stuff. But for everybody that's tuning in, where'd you grow up? What was life like before the military for you?
Man, I grew up in South Louisiana. If you can't tell by the accent, I'm from Morgan City, Louisiana, and Man, my childhood was full of sports. A lot of sports, football, baseball, basketball. Pretty much lived outdoors, man. You couldn't catch us inside when we were kids. Uh, Parents divorced. I was about 9 years old, I guess. So, had obviously a life changing experience there, and had a brother and a sister. I grew up with older brother, younger sister, and it kind of got to us a little bit. You know, kids don't really understand those things. So, a little bit of trauma there, and by high school I was, pretty much done with going to school and doing that normal everyday life thing. So I actually went to a military school youth challenge program ran by the National Guard in Louisiana. Got my GED there, took my ASVAB there, and graduated that program 16, like a month and a half before I turned 17. And the day I turned 17, I told my parents, I want to go to the recruiter's office and sign up for the military. Wasn't real sure what branch I wanted to go to. Didn't have much background knowledge on the military. I just knew I wanted to use my brain, and I wanted to be in a physical job. I wanted to be a soldier. I didn't want to be a desk clerk or whatever. So we went to the local mall, and they had all the recruiters lined up. And the first recruiter office I walked into was the Marines. And this was obviously post 9/11. And at that time, I believe, if I remember correctly, the Marines were not allowing you to select your position. Basically, you turned the ASVAB score in, and they gave you a job, and that was it. So they told me, yeah, I think it was going to be like comms that I would be in. And at that 17 years old, I was kind of like, I don't know about that, man. Sounds pretty boring. Knowing what I know about the Marines now, and knowing what I know about post military career jobs, it probably would have been a smarter move to go to Marines and get an education in something that applied outside of the military. But young and dumb, I walked over to the Army office, and that recruiter, I mean, he sold me like a used car salesman, man. He showed me this great video of this guy doing this and that and other, and he's like, this is where you want to be. And it comes with a huge bonus.
Yeah.
But one thing I've learned about the military now is the bigger the bonus, the shittier the job. So,
Yeah, man. It's funny because I think our story is sort of the same when it comes to walking into a recruitment office. My buddy and I walked into the Air Force recruitment office because he didn't want to be in combat, and it just so happened that the Army office was right next to it, and man, the rest is history. It's funny how that works out, and how they promise you this and that and a bonus, and that bonus is going like that, man, and you're stuck in the middle of the desert.
yeah,
so
yeah.
so yeah. So what was basic training like for you? I know you did it in Fort Leonard Wood like I did. What was that like for you?
Oh, man. Basic training was for me a little less of a shock than everybody else because I'd been through that military program. They were pretty strict there. I was pretty physical at that time. I was used to doing push ups and sit ups and duck walking and crawling in the sand. So for me, I almost felt like an oddball out because I had a little bit of that shock value wasn't there for me. It was just like, oh, here we go. I got to go through this one more time. So really, yeah, I was just buying my time in basic training as far as that whole shock value goes. And as you know, being a combat engineer, there's not a whole lot of education going on in there.
No.
Not a whole lot of education. Here's a demo knot. Here's a gun. Can you shoot it straight? All right, Iraq, you go.
Yeah. Again, our stories are almost exactly alike, man. I thought Fort Leonard Wood. See, I grew up with sports, but I just I didn't have that like the military background. I didn't even want to be in the military growing up, man. But so it was all a shock to me. But it's interesting for me to hear like different people's perspectives on like how they dealt with basic training, because I've heard guys say that it was a breeze, and I've heard guys say it was the worst moment of their life and they would rather be in Iraq than be in basic training again, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's all
So
about perspective, man. It's all about perspective.
yeah, it is. And then after basic training, you went to Fort Riley, correct?
Yep, straight to Fort Riley. So my version of seeing the world was Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and then a bus to Fort Riley, Kansas.
Yeah, what did you think when your drill sergeants told you that you were going to Fort Riley, Kansas? What was your initial thought?
My initial thought was, out of all the places in the world, Missouri and Kansas, man, I got sold a bad batch.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I didn't know where in the world it was, to be honest with you. I was like, where is Fort Riley at?
Yeah, I didn't know
Um,
where Kansas was, man. I thought that was just a make believe place on that show with the witch, you know?
oh my God, man. Yeah, coming from Louisiana and an ocean guy, because I know you like being out on the ocean and stuff. I'm sure Kansas was.
Yeah,
It
I
was
don't
a
even know
took
where they
some
get
getting
their
used to.
water from there, man. I don't think I've seen a I don't think I've seen a river the whole time I was there. They got to import it from somewhere.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. For
So
coming
what?
from coming from
Go
the
ahead.
coast, yeah, coming from the coast and coming from South Louisiana, man, going to the Midwest, like you want a culture shock. There's a culture shock for you.
You go from hurricanes to tornadoes, right?
Yeah, yeah, and freezing rain, lots of freezing rain.
Yeah. So I know that you were there. How long were you there before we went to NTC?
Oh man, so it wasn't very long at all, right? I turned 18, I believe, like the day before we went. It was like I just hit the mark to be able to go. I remember Wade Pontecarvo had to stay back. He was only 17 still, right? But it
Yeah,
wasn't long, man. Maybe a couple months. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It was
I
quick.
think we went in July. I know it was hot though. Gosh, I thought it was hotter there than it was in Iraq. To be honest with
The
you.
hottest place I've ever been in my life.
Yeah, it was awful. And then the sandstorm, and then I think it rained there at one point, didn't it? And then we got some.
It
I think I
did.
remember it raining.
It rained. We were actually out on like a patrol, a training patrol in the 113s, and it was nighttime. We were like sleeping in the 113s, all of us, because it was a mess. Like literally, we're just piled in there like sardines because it was pouring
Yeah.
down rain. You know, in the desert when it rains, nothing soaks in. It's just like the whole place turns to a river.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. I thought that I had remembered it raining there, but I wasn't real sure. Um, After NTC, man, I know we took about a month off and then we deployed. Uh, Tell me what that initial thought was like. And the reason why I'm asking you this kind of stuff is because I know there's going to be people watching this, and they're going to, maybe even the younger generation, they may have to get deployed. So what was that initial thought process like when you found out that we were deploying?
Man, for me, my perspective on it was just a lack of knowledge. I was a kid, man. I just turned 18, going to NTC, and then coming out of there deploying. It was just like for me excitement, like something new. The fact that I was going to a war zone really never set in for me. You know, like I wasn't a military history guy like I am now. I, it was just I hadn't seen a video out of Iraq or Afghanistan. I really just was kind of going with the flow. I don't think I was doing a whole lot of thinking at that point in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Did what was your family's perspective on it? I mean, I'm pretty sure, all families are the exact same when it comes to having, a son, or a daughter for that matter, deploy. Well, I know your mom. She actually flew in from Louisiana to Germany when me and you were there. So that was a really good moment in my life. But what was their perspective like when they heard that you were deploying?
Man, openly to me, I never remember them like showing a bunch of worry. I know they were proud of me. Just the fact that I got out of Morgan City and got out away from the trouble and everything, they were proud of me. And I'm sure, behind closed doors, they probably worried a lot, but they kept a strong vibe going for me, a lot of support, and I mean, totes and totes full of oatmeal cream pies, whatever
Yeah.
other snacks we wanted, maybe a couple Listerine bottles, that
Yeah, there you go.
refueled before they were shipped, So,
Yep.
I mean, they were super supportive of me, man, and obviously, like I wasn't real open about what we were doing there. I don't think
Yeah.
that the amount of contact that we had there, calling back home and telling people who aren't in a war zone and haven't been trained and they're not in that mindset, I don't see any real value in that uh,
No.
at that time. So I kind of kept a lot of that under wraps up until the point to where I started like really having medical issues from the trauma to my brain. But yeah, so I would just say supportive. Anything I wanted, snacks, whatever, always sending snacks, enough for everybody, Anything I needed them to take care of, like the internet thing, we set up our own internet there. We got satellite from an undisclosed location. My mom was like moving that money for us and making sure that was paid for so that we had good sustainable internet there. So yeah, just supportive, man. Super proud. So
Yeah, yeah, and I know you come from one hell of a family, man. Your mom treated me like family when we were in Germany, and I love her to death, and I got the chance to meet your sister too, and they're just really good people. So that doesn't shock me whatsoever because you were in a different platoon than me, and she just treated me like she'd known me all of her life. So I have a lot of love for your family. You know, eh, Walk me through some of the stories that you remember being in Iraq. Maybe a couple of stories that stick out in your mind that kind of changed you as a person, made you. Because let's be honest, I think Iraq makes us all grow up quicker. You have to, right? You go in being a kid and you come out being a man. What were some of those moments like for you and stuff?
man, I guess now, like in hindsight, right? I've had quite a few years, as you can tell from the color of the beard, to reflect on these things. Uh, Phew. Some of the situations that really bounce back to me now that I'm at the point in my life that I am is just like so there was the night that we hit the tank mines headed to Taco Village. I believe that was with 82nd Airborne, and D'Angelo Griffin got hurt that night. I had to call in a non-line medevac for him. That was like my first real experience with a guy having to get put on a bird. And then another situation was with Lieutenant Rector. The first time we medevaced him, we got hit underneath the vehicle pretty hard. Another non-line situation that we had to put in there. So anytime you got to put your buddies on a bird, man, it's never going to feel good, right?
Yeah,
Um, and then those two situations really changed me because before that, I didn't really have that like deep rooted anger, and that really set it in. When those After those two situations, the enemy created a monster that they really didn't want to deal with.
yeah,
My morals and my values kind of got put to the wayside, and it was time to get to business. So they changed me from a kid to a killer in those situations, and unfortunately, that mindset stuck for about the last 18 years. I'm just getting to the point where I'm breaking out of that and the repercussions from going there. So,
yeah. And I think that's. And first of all, thanks for telling me that. A lot of these stories that Nick tells, I know because we were in the same unit together. So a lot of the stories he's telling, I have heard before. Lieutenant Rector being one of them. I remember that just because I remember what stuck out to me the most that day was him asking where his Pringles were. Right.
hmm
Uh, Lieutenant Rector was one hell of a good guy. I haven't talked to him in forever, to be honest with you.
yeah, I mean,
Uh,
neither.
yeah, and he was an amazing leader. But thanks for sharing that with us. again, I think when you go through stuff like that, because again, our situations are a lot alike. When I went into Iraq, I had a lot of anger already there towards the enemy, just because I had lost a family member just a year before through that. So I think that shaped me right there, as to who I was as a person. And I get the anger. And I think a lot of people go through the same thing, which you're going through. And that's the whole reason why I started this, was because, it, it's always nice to get it out. And sometimes you don't even have anybody to talk to a lot of the times. And people that you do talk to really don't understand what that feeling is like when you do have to put your buddy on a bird, or somebody does get hurt, because you're like family there. Um, so yeah, man. Tell me what it was like, as far as I know. We ended up getting medevaced out together and stuff, and I thought that we were going to go straight back to the States, and we ended up in Germany after the deployment, right?
Yeah, we sure did. Yeah, we sure did.
That's when we really got to get to know each other and stuff like that, and that tattoo on your arm got drawn on there, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I guess it's a good time to bring that up. That the situation's changing your lives. I've got a tattoo on my arm in remembrance of Sergeant Wright, who was a part of Tim's platoon, man. And I don't even know how to describe that. Honestly, it's still in my head. Lots of questions about why it happened to him. It's been a big part of the turmoil I've dealt with in my life. Just thinking about that, man. If you ever got to hear a roll call for a soldier who's fallen, um, it's not something you get over easy. Uh, so yeah, I got a tattoo in remembrance of him, actually, and I'm mistaken because I didn't get that tattoo in Germany. I got that tattoo in New Orleans. I got the koi in Germany. Just remember
Yeah,
that. So, but for some reason that sparked that memory in my head.
yeah,
You know, but yeah. So, man, I don't know. I guess I just trooped it out for too long, as you know, in Iraq. I had a lot of IED encounters. I wasn't supposed to be in the lead vehicle no more. So when we rolled out the gate, we'd stage vehicle number two, and as soon as we got on route, we'd move back to vehicle number one. And I think, if I remember right, we had four teams, two platoons is what we deployed to Warhorse with, and so we run four patrols, and I believe we had somewhere near 500 IED encounters in our time at Warhorse.
yeah,
Um, and we had a really, really good find ratio, and but we didn't find them all. Some of them found us, and TBI was really new. They called it shell shock back in like World War I and World War II, but they didn't have the armor we had. So an ID would go off. You look around, no blood. All right, we're good to go. Keep rolling. On to the next mission, and then those explosions started to add up, and turns out I had traumatic brain injury that I wasn't really aware of until insomnia snuck in on me. Uh, some speech problems started to persist, and then the migraines. I was on patrol. I was a gunner. Instead of being in the hatch, I was laying down. Lieutenant would get me up if he needed me, and finally he just had enough. He's like, I can't watch you suffer like this no more. I know you want to finish this deployment, but it's time for you to go. And I think we evacuated out of Iraq maybe like a month or 5 weeks before our deployment was done.
yeah,
It was like right on. We were actually in Germany thinking we wouldn't make it back in time to welcome our guys back. Uh,
yeah,
that was a worry that we had. So yeah, man, we got sent out to Germany. We flew to Baghdad, I believe, and then we got on a medevac transport out of Baghdad. Excuse me. They put us on stretchers on a medevac plane, and wrapped us in blankets. I remember it was about 120 degrees on the tarmac when we left, and they wrapped us in these blankets. I'm like, man, what is wrong with these people? And
Yeah,
then the next thing you know, man, they opened that back door of that plane when we got to Germany, and cool air rushed in for the first time in 15 months. I had not felt cool air. A year
yeah,
and 3 months I had felt it, in the smell of the pine trees. The smell just
yeah,
rushed in, man, and was like, it was like, if this is what heaven's like, just bring me there now. Like, the
yeah.
amount of relief I got just from feeling that was amazing. That's ingrained in my mind. Like, I'll never forget that feeling, that smell.
Yeah, I think me and you had had a conversation while we were on our way to the area which we were going. We had looked over, we were driving there, and we had looked over, and we were just like, Germany is gorgeous. And we were there, and I think we were there in October. And I remember the same exact feeling you had, where it was like, I hadn't felt cold air in so long, and fresh air at that, because it was just so humid, and it just dry and humid all at the same time. Because people were like, well, it's a dry heat. And I'm like, no, where we were at, it was actually humid
Yeah.
too. So that first initial like breath of fresh air was, I won't be able to even think about forgetting that for the rest of my life. I mean, it was something else. Before we get into Germany, I don't think a lot of people know what a combat engineer does. So why don't we explain exactly what your job was, when you say finding an IED? What was that like? Like, what exactly went into a mission, if we say mission?
So our day-to-day mission would be clearing main supply routes. So we would load up. We typically rolled about a four-vehicle convoy. We'd have basically three gun trucks, support trucks, and then we would have Buffalo with us, which would, it had like the claw on it. It was on Transformers. People
They,
seen the movie where the claw reaches out and flips a car. That's the actual vehicle we used in Iraq, and that was for digging exploratory on like the side of the road. So what we did was, our job was to drive down these roads that we were tasked with clearing every day of the week, and we needed to remember these roads like the back of our hand. If there was a rock on the side of the road today, it needed to be there tomorrow. If there was a blast crater from a previous IED and it hadn't rained, but the bottom of the hole was wet, you needed to be able to recognize that. If there was a glimmer of copper wire in the middle of the night, you needed to be able to spot it. Man, we just literally drove down the road and looked for bombs that were placed to kill American troops and stop convoys from getting down the road. And we did that every day. We looked through binoculars at every blast hole, every clump of mud, whatever it was, spotting scopes. Eventually, we got the cameras off of helicopters with thermal night vision. We had radio jammers in our vehicles, so we jammed FM frequencies, we jammed cell phones. Uh, it was just, we looked for bombs, and when we found them, we had guys in our unit who would demo these. We were only authorized to demo up to a certain size, so naturally, after waiting on QRF a few times, everything was under that certain size. So we would find them, we'd blow them, we'd go down the road, and we'd do it again.
yeah, yeah, and most people, when they think about clearing a road, or they're like, oh, he was just driving down the road, they don't understand that you're driving at 5 miles an hour for 10 to 12 hours a day. And a lot of the times your AC is not working. So if it's 125 degrees outside, imagine what that heat is like inside that vehicle. And you have to keep, there's no AC, there's no ventilation except for the gunner's hatch. Man, there was one time in particular that I remember sticking my pants up after a mission, and they stood up by themselves. That's how
Yeah.
much I was.
I rode my gunner's hatch because it had some AC vents, like where your head would be if you were sitting down, and at your waist.
What is going on, guys? How's everybody doing out there? I just wanted to show you a little bit of. Let me pause this and go over live to the stream. Give me 1 second here. This is going to be just a little bit different of a stream tonight. You know, I wanted to show you guys a view of Nick Crouch, who has been on this show many a times. I don't even know how many times he's been on here. He's been one of the biggest supporters of this channel. And he is actually competing. Hold on 1 second here. I'm skipping to the live view of the competition tonight. He is down in Fort Worth, Texas. Him and Jason down there in Fort Worth, Texas, competing on the world stage. It has been a dream come true. I know for Nick, he's been training for over a year, but it just goes into a testament to say, you know, what the steps Nick has taken, the hard work he has put in to get better. And if he was watching right now, which I'm sure with this going on, he's not watching, so I can talk really good things about him. Nick is one of those people that will always put veterans first. He's always seeing what he can do better, what all he can provide for veterans. You will never hear Nick ask you for anything. So I thought it was important tonight for me to do a watch party for him, and not only for him but for you guys out there to watch along. If you guys do want to watch what I'm watching currently, and by the way, I know nothing at all about horses. I have no clue. But I thought it was important to watch this. So it is really neat that he is going to be on this world stage. But I wanted to show you guys the very first video I did on this channel with Nick. He was the very first one that said, I'll do it. And he opened up about his story, and you guys got to see a little bit of that. If you want to see the rest of that story, it is available on YouTube. If you go to Operation Intel Veteran Stories on YouTube, all the actual interviews are there, because on Facebook it does not allow you to keep long form videos. So wow. And through my headphones, I'm listening to the stream. So if I go through a moment to where I'm not talking, that's exactly why they're honoring the veterans tonight. So it's really cool. So let me know if you guys are in here. Go ahead and hit the share button. Get as many people in here watching this as possible. Nick has supported literally everything this channel has done. And I just wanted to be there for him, showing him that we're watching and supporting him. So I'm excited to see this. I hope he does well. I know he's put in a heck of a lot of work, and he's actually down there with Jason from Barnside Brotherhood. If you have not followed Barnside Brotherhood, go ahead and do that. An amazing nonprofit organization who does so many good things for veterans. I've interviewed Nick They're presenting the colors right now. When they do the national anthem, you won't hear anything out of me. Um, and even on stream, I take off my hat for the national anthem. So give me 1 second here. Don't make fun of the bald head. If you guys are wondering what I am watching right now, it is our brother Nick Crouch competing at the World Showdown in Texas. If you want to have the link to the show and what I'm watching, it is going to be this. It's amazing to me how. Hold on 1 second. It's all the beginning festivities of tonight. He is going through prayer. And it's just interesting to me how prideful Texans are about God and country. Um, how we doing, Mac? You got to get on the that link right there, Mac, and watch Nick compete in this, man. I before this started, I I showed Nick's story in the very beginning. I don't know if you've seen that or not, Mac. I thought it was important for those people who don't know who Nick is to know a little bit about his story and how much um, he has changed even in a year. Um, it's an incredible journey Nick has been on. And, I thank God every day for Barnside Brotherhood because yeah, Barnside Brotherhood because of what they've done for Nick and all the other veterans. I mean, those guys really put the veterans first, even before themselves, and you know all the sacrifices and everything that they've done. They deserve every bit of success that they get. Um, and success means helping more veterans. Yeah, it's an incredible transformation. So I wanted to watch this. I can't show it on the stream because of copyright stuff, but I thought it would be cool for all of us to watch it together. They're getting ready to play the national anthem right now. And they're getting ready to sing the Star Spangled Banner. Sorry, that was the Star Spangled Banner, Mac. So I don't know if I can tape it for you. You might be able to find it on YouTube, and I'm sure Nick would be able to. I'm sure Nick will be able to point you in the right direction, or maybe even Jason. Jason's all the time in here. He was in here just a little bit earlier. They're going into the Heroes on Horses class, which I'm almost certain is where Nick is. This is really neat to be able to watch this. And this is Reed, who was Nick was trying to get on the show on Sunday night. These guys are super busy, taking the time out of their day to, you know, train these veterans, these heroes, to be able to compete on a world stage. Nick was talking to us. And let me take these off because it's playing stuff in my head. But Nick uh, said that it's been a childhood dream of his to do something like this, and the fact that these people open up, and these are world class trainers. I mean, they're not just the run of the mill people or just some horse trainer in your local town. These are these are top notch NBA, NFL. If you follow sports, these are world class trainers training these guys to compete in this competition. And I mean, it just goes to show you the type of people that they are to be able to do this. So, and we are just, I'm excited to be able to see Nick get to do this. It's really cool. It's just really cool to see them take the time out of their days and their busy schedules. And they actually just showed Jason on the stream, but it's really cool. And I couldn't, and I know I've said this probably a million times, I don't think that there's anybody more deserving than Nick Crouch. And if he was in here right now, he probably would kill me for saying that, because if you know anything about Nick he doesn't take credit for anything that he does, and it's sad that he doesn't, because this guy has done so many great things for veterans, including myself. There's been roadblocks that I've had on this channel. There's been times where I didn't know which way was up and which way was down. I didn't know what to do with the channel, and there was Nick. So I am so excited to see him be able to not only be recognized, but be able to do something that he loves and something that has helped him heal um, from his time in Iraq. So this is awesome. Hey Monica, how we doing? I'm excited to see it. I really am. I hope he wins a buckle. Before before the show on Sunday night, we were talking about it, and he said he would really like to win one of those buckles. It would be a dream come true. And if I know Nick well enough, which I know Nick very well, he worked his butt off for this. So I'm gonna put my headphones back on. They're bringing out a. Oh wow! You should see this truck. If you guys are not watching this, you guys really need to watch this. I'm gonna post the link again in the chat if you want to watch it. The truck that they are currently driving out there, I would love to have that truck. It is wrapped in red, white, and blue. It looks like an American flag. And they have, I believe he said, a Liberty Bell on the back of it. Really cool stuff that they're doing. This is really cool. What that, I mean, this whole night is dedicated to the veterans, and yeah, I mean, it's just again, I know nothing about horses. I think I may have rode one horse in my entire life, but to be able to watch him live out one of his dreams, and um, you can't get the sound. There is no sound right now, Chad. They're just driving the truck around. Um, Now, did you hear any of the prayer that they did, or any of the announcements, or the Star Spangled Banner? Did you miss out on that, or are you just talking about right now? Because as of right now, there is no sound. They're just driving that truck. That if anybody out there wants to buy me that truck, or if anybody out there wants to give me that truck, I would gladly take it. To be honest with you, that thing is amazing. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is very nice. I do not believe. No, right now, yeah, there's no sound right now on my end either. I don't think there's supposed to be a sound right now. I think what's going to happen is this guy right here is going to get out and ring that Liberty Bell. Wow. If you guys are not watching this, you guys are really missing out right now. This is some really cool stuff. It looks like maybe a World War II veteran going up there to ring this Liberty Bell. Hey Erica, how we doing? You're all the time in an airplane. I'm telling you what, you go all over the country. But I'm glad you're in here. Um, I'm glad to see so many people supporting Nick. Um, yeah, I can't hear it either. I don't know if they lost audio, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happened. It isn't on your end. There we go. There we go. That was really neat. He had a veteran singing "God Bless America." Um, They just also announced somebody in the Navy who is retiring. He was a naval aviator. It is really cool that they are doing this the way that they're doing it, though. And I wish the sound would have been on for the guy who's saying "God Bless America." I'm almost certain he was a World War II veteran. I could be wrong on that, and you don't find those guys too often. Um, I had the privilege of getting to know one of those guys, um, Bob Estel, in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. He was, I want to tell you something. You know, we share stories all the time here on this channel. He was the one person that could make me shut up and listen, and for hours he could talk to me and it felt like minutes. So he was actually there when they planted the flag at Iwo Jima, and he had original photos from it. It was really cool to listen to some of his stories. But yes, you don't get to see very many of those World War II veterans anymore, and it's neat when you get to see those guys. So it looks like they're taking a little bit of a break before they get started here. Um, this is where Nick will be competing. I'm almost 100% positive on that. It's going to be so cool to be able to see him do this. So I'm excited for him. Um, and if you don't know who Nick is and you're new to the channel, Nick is somebody who I served in Iraq with. Did 15 months in Iraq. He was in a different platoon, but we were in the same at the same fob at Fob Warhorse. We got medevaced out together in 2007 and went to Germany together. Spent some time in Germany together where his mom came there, and I got to get to know his family. And I got to get to really know Nick. And because when we were in Iraq, we didn't really get to interact too well together because he was on a totally different schedule than what I was. But then when we were medevaced out, we became best friends. Then when we went to Germany, it was a lot of fun. We had a blast. Probably a little bit too much fun, to be honest with you, but you know, those are memories that I'll never forget in my entire life. Went to Brooke Army Medical Center, and then back to Fort Riley, Kansas, where I actually got to meet his sister. And Nick comes from an amazing family. I can't say enough good things about them. They treated me like family, still do treat me like family. I love them to death. And then when I first started this channel, one of the first things I did was get a hold of Nick and ask him if he wanted to be a part of this. And without questioning me, he said absolutely. So if you were watching at the beginning of the stream, I thought it was important for you guys to get to know the guy that we're watching tonight. A little bit of his story, because I thought it was important. He is an amazing person, and the transition he has made into the person he is today is incredible. He is over a year sober, which is, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better for my brother. He is working closely with Barnside Brotherhood, who I believe is just an incredible organization. But not only that, he dedicates a lot of his time to veterans, helping veterans, whether that be with Barnside Brotherhood, whether that be with Operation Intel Veteran Stories, with the Rally Point, whether that be on his own. He is all about helping the veterans. So, you know, dude, I'm watching with you through my TV because, man, no, but dude, your eyebrows are killing me. What about my eyebrows? Does it look like I have 3 sets of eyebrows? Chad, I think you're seeing things. If I have messed up eyebrows, let me know. Maybe I need to get... I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe when I do that. Who knows? But he's an incredible person, and I'm just so proud of him that he gets to do this on the live stage. I can't believe you just said that. Looks like I have 3 sets and they're bouncing everywhere. I do this a lot. Maybe that's what you're talking about. Donate today. Air Power. Okay, your donation directly supports by providing resources. Foundation focus on providing resources on mental health and healing through horses. And that's exactly what Barnside Brotherhood does. So, you guys, if you have not yet, before this starts, if you have not yet followed the channel, please hit the follow button. We go live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking to different combat veterans from across the nation, talking about their experiences, different things that they've struggled with. We've done a great job thus far, and it's not just me. It's a group of guys. You know, when we started this, no, Dan, he's not on just yet. They're getting ready to start it right now. They went through the Star Spangled Banner. They had a World War, I could be wrong, World War II vet ring the Liberty Bell and sing God Bless America. It's getting ready to start right now. Hold on. So this is the walk trot preliminaries. Now, guys, listen. If any of you out there make fun of me because I know nothing about horses, I am so sorry. Okay? I don't know anything about this stuff. This is brand new to me. Yeah, Nick, I can't. This is the... Oh, God. Mike Puffer. It's going to be in the Coliseum Arena. You tell him, Sarah. I can't play the stream on the channel because of copyright issues. And I really do not want the channel to get taken down if I show it. So I do not think I can show it without permission. But I think you should be getting on your horse right now instead of talking in the stream, Nick. I need you to focus. We're winning tonight. Mike Puffer showing up. If you know Mike Puffer came to our stream. This is the first time he's met one of the guys from the channel. He is actually down there right now supporting Nick Crouch. That right there is amazing. Thank you for doing that, Mike. Amazing. So right now, if you guys aren't watching it, I'm gonna post the link to it as well. Again, um, oh, I just did. I forgot completely about it. They're introducing all the writers right now. There's a lot of writers in this. It's incredible what they're doing right now. And you got all branches so far. I've heard Navy. I don't think I've heard Coast Guard yet, but I've heard Navy, Army, Marine Corps, and the chair. I mean Air Force. Seems like there's a lot of Air Force people and Army people in this. You have a Bronze Star recipient there right now. I could be wrong, but I think this is just for the walk and trot portion of this. And if Nick is in here, which I don't know if he is, maybe Mike could answer that. Is it just the walk and trot right now, Mike? Well, I think that's what it's called. I could be wrong on this. Again, do not kill me because I don't know what I'm talking about. So if you're not watching right now, all the people that they have are all the military members that are participating in this portion of it. Looks like they're lined up around the arena. I am the worst person to commentate this right now. If you know me, you know that I don't know what in the world I'm watching right now. But and also, if anybody in the chat knows a little bit more about me, which wouldn't take much, by the way, let me just tell you, feel free to tell us what is going on in the chat. So then maybe I can do a better job at this, but or maybe you can just tell me what the heck's going on because this is where I need Nick, and yeah, he can't help me right now, right? So they're starting out with walking their horses. So now they're starting to jog the horses. I think they just judge. You know what? I'm not even going to pretend I know what I'm talking about at this point, but they are jogging the horses right now. And if you don't know what's going on, these guys have, and I'm pretty sure it's the soldiers or the servicemen now have been trained by world class trainers. Those world class trainers, again, come from all over the world to spend 3 days training our veterans to compete on this world stage. This is this is basically their Super Bowl, right? Um, and they have taken a time out right now to honor the veterans and give them the chance to be recognized on this stage, which is amazing. So right now they're jogging the horses, um, which is pretty neat. If you have yet to do so, and I know I'm going to say this quite a few times on this, definitely hit the follow button on this channel. I go live every Sunday night with something called the Rally Point, where I talk to veterans from all over the country. I talk to nonprofits helping veterans, but also go onto the page and follow Barnside Brotherhood, which is who Nick is representing tonight. They're an amazing nonprofit organization that helps veterans through equine therapy, which is working wonders when it comes to Nick and other veterans as well. So go give them a follow. I About 3 weeks ago, Brett Favre actually reposted one of their posts, which was incredible. It was incredible. Now they're going back to the walk. I don't know how they judge this. One of the writers, something's going on right now where EMS is. I'm not sure what's going on with one of the writers right now. EMS is helping one of the writers out. I don't know exactly what that means. But hopefully they're okay. So they went to kind of a commercial break there. I'll put it back. I'm not sure what happened there. So. No, Ray, you didn't miss it. 2 comments up from you is the link to be able to watch it. I can't show it on the channel for copyright issues, but I wanted to do a watch party so all of us could watch it together. I mean, I don't know what the heck's going on, but I want to show support to Nick and everything that he's doing right now, and I think this is something that it is pretty cool for everything that he's done for every single one of us. Um, he deserves this. Not only to have this watch party, but to have the opportunity to do this on the world stage, I think is incredible. And he deserves every single bit of it. And I can't thank Jason from Barnside Brotherhood enough for allowing him to do this. So here, I'll post it again, Ray. I don't know if you can see it or not. Here's the link right here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to grab some water and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Just had to get some water. I've been on the phones all day working. I work from home. So I talk all day and then I had to switch the computer systems all over, so I haven't gotten to eat yet either, but that is quite okay. I'm just glad. So it looks like the service member that was injured is getting carted off right now. They say he's doing great or good is what they said. So he's going to go get checked out. Hopefully everything checks out okay for him. This is, I mean, the amount of nerves that these guys probably are going through right now is incredible. Okay, so now I think the judging is beginning. Ray, Nick isn't a part of this part of it right now. I know you just came in here. Um, I believe they call this the walk trot. So right now you have different veterans from every branch. I do not think they have Coast Guard represented on here. I didn't hear it. I don't think. I could be wrong. Um, but they're being judged on the walk and trot. And Ray, if you weren't in here on Sunday night, um, this is the world. So you have trainers from all over the world that are training, taking time, taking time out of their busy schedules to take the last 3 days to train these veterans for this competition, whether it be the walk trot. I don't know so much about this portion of it, but I do know that the portion that Nick is in, the trainers took the last 3 days to train these veterans to be able to compete in this competition. Um, and even more so, alongside of that, um, they have cut out a block of time to honor those who have served. So the beginning of the show started out with a flag and people carrying the flag out, and then the Star Spangled Banner. Then we had a World War II veteran come out. And again, I believe he was a World War II veteran. I could be wrong about that. And he rang the Liberty Bell and sang "God Bless America," which was really cool. Um, then they said a few words about those who have sacrificed for this country and what it means to them. And then they started the competition where they introduced all the riders for this competition right here. So that's what we're watching right now is I believe the the walk trot. I'm not a horse person, right? Then they did the walk trot um, around the arena just a little while ago. And I don't think that that part of it was judged. I think what we're watching right now is the competition part of it, and um, these are the preliminary. This is a preliminary round. The finals will be held later tonight. So Again, I mean, I could be wrong. If anybody out there in the chat knows a little bit more about this stuff than what I do, please educate me on this because I have no clue. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I can't full screen it either. What I was thinking about doing, I almost wonder if you can zoom in, um, and it'll almost full screen it, maybe. Yeah, I guess if you use your zoom feature, I don't know if you're watching it on your phone, but it will zoom into it. That's what I've had to do on my computer screen over here. Um, I wish they did have that button where you could go full screen with it. I was trying to find it and couldn't find it, so I'm glad I'm not the only one. Some of these horses are absolutely gorgeous, though. It's kind of cool. One of the Marines is in his dress blues as well. A guy with the gray beard was severely hurt in, I believe it was Iraq by an IED. Yeah, Ray. I think they said he was. I could be wrong. I thought they said a master sergeant, which I mean, but yeah, you got some pretty cool people there. There's I think he actually was the. And again, I could be wrong because there was a lot of them, but I'm pretty sure he was a Bronze Star recipient too, which is really cool. The guy with the gray beard is a Purple Heart recipient. He was hurt by an IED. It's incredible what these horses actually do for these guys, though. Talking about Nick a little bit more, you know, I had gotten calls from him giving me updates on how much Barnside Brotherhood had done for him and you know what it actually does for him, right? Working with the horses, and he said, for that amount of time that I'm working with that horse, he said it's almost like nothing else in the world matters. He said you have to pay attention and you have to focus on that horse. And that's what's helped him keep his mind straight and everything else. And I'll tell you something, we have done, I think, two or three nonprofits that do equine therapy, and this is one of them. One of the things I do want to mention, though, for those who just came in, is if you're on the Sunday night streams, you know there's a guy that came in here, found us, just so happened to find us, and started watching the show. It's really cool to what they're doing. But one of the guys that came in here didn't know anybody that was in here, and became part of the community. Had been struggling. We have never met him. He's in here almost every single Sunday night. Mike Puffer. It's really cool. He is actually down there meeting, or actually down there with Nick right now. So he actually got to meet Nick and spending time with Nick right now, which is something that is humbling on this end, because to make that connection and know that he gets something out of this, and not only gets something out of it, but he actually made the trip to go support Nick, is just, it's incredible. So he is there currently right now. Awesome, Ray. Hey, you make sure he's ready, Jason. Oh, we're going for a win tonight. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm here to cheer, because I want to tell you something. If he gets first place tonight, I might just yell a little bit for him. So make sure he's good to go. I know he's nervous. I know he is. If you guys are in here, Barnside Brotherhood, who just commented, go follow their page. That who has helped Nick out so much. I can't say enough good things about Jason and his wife Christine. They are absolutely amazing people, and also those people that donate their time to Barnside Brotherhood. I mean, it's just incredible work that they're doing. So go give them a follow here on Facebook and watch their journey. It's incredible, even the changes that they've made in a year. Great people over there. I am so glad to see you in here tonight. Cheryl is Nick's mom. And I want to tell you something. She was the one who got me addicted to gumbo. Okay, so if you've heard me talk about gumbo before, it is because of that lady right there. She came to Germany. She flew all the way from Louisiana all the way to Germany, and uh, the amount of appreciation I have for her is incredible. She made sure that I didn't have to stay in the barracks because she had a room at the Fisher House, and I was able to stay with her and Nick instead of going by myself in the barracks. And she went out and got the stuff to make gumbo, even though I'm sure it wasn't everything that she needed. But I love you. She treated me like family, and yeah, it just. I don't even know how to explain it. He has a really good family between, his mom and his sister, both some of the best people you'll ever meet in your life. I love you. You're a great person, and I don't know if I ever got the chance to thank you for what you did there in Germany, but thank you so much for um, thinking of me, because I really did need it at that time, and thank you. I think Nick's getting ready to come out. I am so excited for this to get to watch him. Because to be honest with you, I don't know what the heck's going on right now. And I hope that he wins a belt buckle tonight. I truly do. He's probably going to watch this back afterwards, and he's going to be like, this idiot doesn't even know what he's talking about. You are completely correct. And you made sure that I stayed with you guys and didn't have to go in those barracks. And for that, I'll never be able to thank you enough for that. I think the next part of it is when Nick is coming out. So, but again, I have no clue. I'll be here all night if I have to get to watch this with you guys. But I want to take a moment to tell you guys a little bit what's going to be coming up on the channel as they're at commercial. We got invited. We got told about Freedom Fest 2026 in my hometown of Washington Courthouse, Ohio. I am going to be attending that, and I'm going to have a couple different live streams from it, and I think it's going to be really cool. Some of the things still have to be ironed out a little bit. I'm in talks right now with what we can do for that. Let me take these off for a second. One of the things that I'm wanting to do is, if you see this flag behind me, my buddy Cole made that lives right down the street, and he is going to be making another one for us to raffle off. Okay, so I'm going to be having one of these flags at the event, with all proceeds I'm going to be giving those away to one lucky nonprofit that we have showcased here on the channel. It is going to be absolutely amazing to be able to give back to to one of the nonprofits helping veterans. So every single nonprofit that has been a part of this channel is going to be put into a hat. I don't know how I'm gonna do it yet. Okay, I'm gonna pick that nonprofit, and all the money that is for the raffle is going to go to that nonprofit. I don't want any of it. I want that to be given to um, one of the nonprofits that are helping veterans, and that is my way from this channel to a nonprofit. It's my way of saying thank you for what you do because you deserve it. I don't know how much that's going to be, whether it be $5 or whether it be $1,000. I have no clue, but whatever money is raised for that will be going to a nonprofit. The other thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do a segment of Ask a Veteran. So it's going to be live conversations for a segment of it. I'm going to break it up because it's going to be an all day event. But I want to interact with the community. I want them to ask questions. But I also want to give the opportunity to some soldiers or some service members to share their stories. So there is going to be sometimes where I cut to a service member that wants to tell a story and have a conversation. There might be one, there might be more than one. I think it's going to be really cool. But I'm also going to be doing a live show telling you guys what's going on down there. I haven't totally planned out everything. This was spur of the moment. I've never really done a live show like this before, so I've never really gotten to experience it. But I'm excited for it because since day one of starting this channel, I've wanted to do a live show. That will be on July 4th, so mark it down in your calendar that I will be live. I'm going to start doing some neat things probably this coming week. But yeah, I'm really excited about that as well. So if you guys have any suggestions on what you guys want to see during that stream, I am open. I have open ears. Please make your suggestions to me. A good friend of mine is donating her awning. So I'm getting a cover for the table that says Operation Intel. And behind me, I should have a backdrop. And then the winner of the flag is going to get announced on the show later that night during the live show. So to be eligible for that, they need to be able to be watching the show, which is going to be really cool. So I'm super excited about it. So that's what's coming up on Operation Intel. I know you guys, a lot of the people in this chat watch the Rally Point on Sunday nights, which is my absolute favorite. I absolutely love doing it on Sunday nights. And I get to talk to people like Nick Crouch, who is like a brother to me. And he has never once said, I can't do it. Him and Chris Lyon, who recently came down all the way from New York, him, Andy, who's been on the show, Chris's wife, Chris's son, they all made that trip close to 700 miles on their motorcycles to be a part of the Brett Whiteman Memorial Ride, which is my cousin who passed away in Iraq in 2005. And they are in talks right now or they will be in talks with the Eyes of Freedom. I know I've talked about that on the channel, to come up to Fort Drum for Mountain Week. And if that is a thing, we will definitely be up there next year at Fort Drum. That would be a really proud moment to be able to see that. But they're trying to make that happen. Chris and Andy both are trying to make that happen to get the Eyes of Freedom seen at Fort Drum Mountain Week. Hey, definitely, Chad. Come by, say something, say hi to the stream. They would probably love to put a face with the name. Um, and maybe we can have a conversation down there. That would be great. It really would. I actually seen your mom at the ride on Sunday. It's incredible how these people support their own. It's amazing to just watch what they do. Let me go grab my phone charger while I have some time, guys. Sorry about that. It's crazy to me how they take care of their own, if that makes sense. It's it's neat to watch it. It really is. I understand why Jason and Nick and Christine are such a big part of this community. Um, just what they're doing right now is incredible. To I'm sure you guys are watching it right now, and if you aren't, I'm gonna post that link one more time for you guys. And while they're doing this, if you are new to this channel, make sure you do hit the follow button on the channel. We do a lot of good things with veterans. We believe in we're better together. And through the last almost year, we have had conversations with veterans who have struggled after service and really given them a community through our long form videos of doing interviews with them. Also, with our weekly show called The Rally Point, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can, man, some of the ones that stand out to me are, we have had, gosh, yeah, one that sticks out to me the most is Chris Lyon's son, Caleb, who was down here last weekend. The very first time I got to talk to Caleb, he was sharing his story about having his dad deployed and brought out a sign that he made for his dad while he was deployed. And Chris had no idea that he had kept it. It was an emotional moment. But it's not only about the person who got deployed. It's also about the family, the wife, the mom, the kids, because I think those are the unsung heroes, right? Make sure you hit the follow button. Another big one that we had was that sticks out in my mind was we've talked about what it was like being in a firefight, what it was like getting hit by an IED. We've had somebody who has just signed up for the military, hasn't left for basic training yet. Talking to veterans that have served and have been deployed. So definitely make sure you hit the follow button. The other follow button that I want you to hit while you're at it is Barnside Brotherhood, who has helped Nick out a ton. And I'm pausing because I'm also listening to what's going on down there in Texas right now. If you're wondering what we're doing, I'm not talking about too much. We are having a watch party for one of our very own, somebody who has supported me and this channel so much, somebody who puts the needs of everybody else before himself, somebody who takes care of veterans. Gosh, I can't even say enough good words about this guy. He is actually competing at the world stage, on the world stage right now. He has the opportunity to do that. And it's because, and it wasn't given to Nick. I want to make that perfectly clear. Nick earned this, right? He earned every bit of getting the recognition, getting to be able to do a childhood dream of his, and he is competing tonight. Unfortunately, I can't share what we're watching, but if you follow the link in the chat, you will be able to see him. which is incredible. He deserves every bit of this. So I'm almost certain the next segment right here is when Nick's going to be coming out, which is really exciting to be honest with you. Again, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about when it comes to horses, but you know, we'll cheer him on, right? I'm excited for him. I'm excited to get to see him do what he loves. So while we have a little bit of a break here, tomorrow I am going to be going back to the Freedom Fest 2026 in Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Um, what are some things that you guys would like to see? I'm going to be asking this question on the Facebook tomorrow, but I definitely want to hear from you guys some ideas because I think it would be a really good opportunity to introduce Operation Intel veteran stories to um, a live audience. What are some of the things that you guys would want to see? Um, what are some ideas that you have? right now, what I'm planning on doing, and I know I said this just a little while ago, so if you were in here when I was going over it, I'm setting up the booth there. I'm gonna do a live interaction with the crowd. I don't know how many people will talk. I have no clue, but I do know people are coming from all over the nation. Veterans, there's going to be a bunch of people. There's a parade going on. There is so much going on July 4th in my hometown, which I think is amazing. Um, but I would really like to hear what you guys want to see and what you guys would think would be good ideas. One of which is going to be that live interaction with the crowd, but the other is going to be a recap of the night at the end of it. So it's going to be two separate streams that day. I'm sure maybe I'll go live a couple more times. You guys are going to get photos. You guys are going to get videos on the Facebook. The booth is going to have a TV out front showcasing some of the work that we have done on this channel. And then it's going to have the backdrop with Operation Intel. There's going to be two banners there. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And then the cover for the table is going to have branding on it as well. But it's my very first time doing a real live show. I know I live streamed my cousin's memorial ride, but this is actually going to be a live show where it's going to be more than just showing you what's going on. It's going to be a show as well. And I want you guys to be able to be a part of that. I think it's fitting because you guys have given this channel and myself so much throughout this last year that I want to bring you guys with me. I want to hear from you guys, your guys' opinions. But not only that, I want you guys to be inside the chat. I want you to be able to see where we started at from a grainy video that we just watched before the show of Nick Crouch talking about his story. And if you want to watch that full video, it is over on YouTube. If you go all the way down on the videos, he does tell his story. From a grainy video, not knowing what I was doing with editing, you guys allowed me to make mistakes. You guys allowed me to not be perfect. But you knew the mission. You knew what I was trying to do. And you allowed that. So I think it's only fitting for you guys to come with me and for you guys to be a part of the crowd and interact. And if you want any questions answered, or if you have any questions you suggest me to ask, I would love to be able to do that. So right now we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Getting ready to watch Nick Crouch, which again was my very first episode. A brother of mine who I served in Iraq with. He's at on the world stage with the American Paint Horse Association, getting to compete. The last 3 days he's spent with one of the best trainers in the world. That trainer took the time out of his day to train Nick, which was very exciting for him. It's not every day that you get this opportunity, but this man he's earned the right to be able to do this. And if you guys want to watch along with me, there is a link right down here in the chat where you can watch along with me. But I want you guys to show your support to him because God knows he does so much for veterans. So, another thing I'll ask you to do, follow the channel. We go live every Sunday on Facebook, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Rally Point, where we go over different topics for combat veterans or veterans in general, their families. And while you're at it, you will see Barnside Brotherhood down here in the chat. If you scroll up just a little bit, you see where they commented. Go follow them. That is who Nick donates his time to, and he does such a good job. But more so than that, that's who has helped him out so much through his journey this last year. So we're excited to get to watch him. And while we're on break here, I don't know how much we'll get through here. Well, actually, hold on a second. I don't know if I can do it or not. I'm going to take a little bit of a break here in between this, and I'm going to go back to. Now, let's just stay right here for right now. Let's see. I don't think I can split these screens. All right, never mind. Okay, here we go. This is where Nick is. It's incredible what God just let him hold on to this horse is all I'm asking. What they're being judged on is that slide and then the turn to the left and turn to the right. I learned that this Sunday night on the rally point with Nick and Jason. And they've been training for the last 3 days with world-class trainers on how to do this. So he is with Team Dreary, I believe. No, here's Nick right here. He did good. He did good. Look at that. I that was really cool. It really was. His posture was real good. If I here's my thing, and it's not biased by any means whatsoever, because if you know me and Nick, I'm very hard on Nick, right? But if I was the one judging, non-biased, Nick would be in first place right now. I don't know about you guys, but Nick's in first place to me. How about you guys? I'm glad he's having a good time. I truly am. Hopefully Jason comes back in here. And I'm sure we're going to hear from Nick again here in just a little while. He'll probably be back in this chat. Um, that was really cool getting to watch him do that, though. Getting to watch a brother live out a lifelong dream, it doesn't get any better than that. So, I mean, I don't know anything about what they judge or anything, but again, I could be biased. I could be, but I think he did pretty damn well. I really do. And just the experience alone, what him and Jason told me was the connections that they're making down there in Texas right now is incredible. Um, from NFL players to people that have, I mean, just all kinds of connections, which is amazing, and he deserves every bit of that. He looks like he did pretty well too. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about, but She did really well too. Again, I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for, but they're doing really well. I'll have to ask Nick, and I'm not exactly sure if these are their horses or the horses that the trainers they're owned by different people. I'm not sure. It's incredible how they can get these horses to do this stuff. Hey, thanks, Ray. I really do appreciate that. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab my phone and check those shots that you sent me there, Ray. Those are really good. Do you mind if I post those on the page? Thank you. I really appreciate that. Awesome. He'll like that. If I'm not mistaken, this is who trained Nick. A big shout out to them. Big shout out to Two Ravens Foundation for putting this on, and the American Paint Horse Association as well, because this is incredible to allow these veterans to come on their stage, take time out of their days. It's it's incredible how much they support the veterans of this country. So if you're new in here, I'm gonna go ahead and take my headset off real quick because what we're doing, um, if you're wondering what in the world's going on right now, why is Tim on live right now? This is not a rally point. Um, if you were on the rally point this Sunday, I had on Jason and Nick. Jason is the owner of Barnside Brotherhood, who helps veterans out through equine therapy, which they should be very. Jason, if you're in here right now, I didn't even know how to pronounce equine when you came on the first time. So I have came a long way, okay? But they've helped veterans out a ton. One of my brothers, Nick Crouch, got the opportunity to compete on the world stage at the American Paint Horse Association Worlds. I mean, you have the top trainers, the top riders in the world down there in Fort Worth, Texas, right now. And they cut out a block of time to honor veterans. Nick was chosen as one of those veterans to compete tonight. So I can't show the stream, but I wanted to create a watch party for him because he has done a ton of stuff for us. Not only for this channel, but me personally, he has done a lot. Him and his family have, they're just amazing people. But I wanted to show him our support and let him know that we're watching, because every single time I ask him to be on the show and share his thoughts, It's never a no, or I'm too busy, or I'm tired. Every single time is yes. So that's what we're doing tonight. So you're going to see people in the chat um, cheering on Nick. Unfortunately, I cannot show the stream. He just got finished writing, but I will share the link if you want to watch the rest of it. I don't know when they get placed or anything. If Jason or Nick is in the chat right now, they can let us know exactly what's going on as far as when everything will be judged. I know that they were judged just then, but when everything is awarded, I don't know if that's coming up next. I have no clue. I am not a horse person. This is the very first time I've watched this kind of stuff. It is very neat, but the connection that Nick has made with these horses down at Barnside Brotherhood is amazing. At the very beginning of the stream, I showed the very first episode of Operation Intel Veteran Stories. I released 3 videos at one time. Okay, so Ray said if anyone watched Yellowstone, that's the same arena they filmed with Metallic Cat, Fort Worth, Texas. Again, I'm glad you know what the heck you're talking about right now, Ray, because you're helping me out a lot. But Nick was my very first episode. I was deployed to Iraq with Nick. I got medevaced out of Iraq with Nick. And we started this journey almost a year ago. And to see how much his life has changed in the last year is incredible. So, yeah, that got me. Sorry, guys. Man, I knew it was gonna. I knew that was gonna happen. Just to sit there and be able to watch how much this has changed, or his situation has changed in the last year, I couldn't be more proud of him and what he has done. So I'm happy to sit here and watch something that I've never watched a day in my entire life because I know it means something to him. And he said it was a childhood dream of his. So we're getting to watch somebody live out a childhood dream, which is incredible. Thanks, Ray. I appreciate that. I truly do, man. I'm so proud of him because we have came such a long way from a year ago. Yeah, it's mind blowing. We're coming up on a year of Operation Intel Veteran Stories, and we talked about this, and then Barnside Brotherhood came along, and you have Brett Favre reposting Barnside Brotherhood stuff, and you know how closely we work with Barnside Brotherhood. It's just it's been an incredible journey. It's amazing, man. Truly is to get to watch him do this. I will check that out tonight. Actually, after this stream, I will check it out, Ray. You know, a lot of people tell me how good Yellowstone is. Um, I might actually watch that just because of this. Um, season 4 episode. Give me 1 second. Let me write that down. So right now, what we're watching is an auction, and they're raising money for mental health and veterans. It's incredible what they do for veterans down there. I'll start watching it. Maybe I'll learn a little bit more about horses. I don't know. But I'm if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna say something that makes Jason proud of me. Like, hey, he's been watching. He knows what he's talking about a little bit more from not knowing how to pronounce equine. Right? Nick sent that to me, and I had to call him. I was like, "How do you pronounce that?" It was funny. Hopefully, we can get Nick in here or Jason here in a little bit. So they are bidding right now on a pair of Spurs, handmade Spurs. The current bid on those are $4,000. Give me 1 second. I gotta go to the restroom, guys. The bid is now 5,000. It's incredible the money that they're raising for veterans. It's amazing. Those Spurs just went for $7,000. $7,000. Oh wow. So you know a heck of a lot more than what I know, right? Because I have no clue about it. But you know, some of the things that Nick has told me about, you know, the only time his mind gets to focus on one thing is when he is with these horses. And let me scoot this over again. And it's helped him out tremendously. And to be able to see what it does for him, and I had a different guy on here that has been down there at Barnside Brotherhood, and I am so bad with names, so I'm not even going to try to remember it this time, but it helped him out as well. And then I had a different nonprofit from down there in Texas, actually, and they called it equine. It wasn't therapy because he didn't want to call it therapy. Wanted to call it something different, but it had to do with horses and equine, right? But it's crazy to me how much healing can happen through horses. So, and I can see firsthand how much it's done for Nick. So, I mean, it's incredible. Horses are super spiritual and personable. I can see how it's great therapy. Yeah, and I'm supposed to be going down there in August to the ranch, which I'm super excited about. Not only will it be the first time I get to see Nick in what since 2009, um, but I'll get to meet Jason and his wife. I'll get to be there at Barnside Brotherhood, the ranch, and I'm excited. I really am to get to meet these guys. Just sold a painting for $3,500, and all this money is going towards veterans. Both. Both because see, I also know Nick, right? So he'll as much crap as I've given him throughout the years, man. Um, it's hard to say. And you know what? Nick and Jason are a lot alike, so I think I should be more nervous than excited, to be honest with you. Messaging Nick right now, actually. Hey, listen, the um the only advice that I've gotten is do not stand behind them. So, other than that, my guess is just hold on for dear life. Maybe I mean I don't know. I've been on a horse one time in my entire life. It was when I was I don't know, maybe like 8 or 9 years old, and they gave me the old horse that like couldn't run. So, and I know Nick. I know him way too well. He's not going to put me on a horse that just is old and just walks. I know he isn't. So, but I definitely want to try it out. I think it would be really cool. To be honest with you, he's done a lot of healing, and I've seen the healing that people get through this equine therapy. But the cool thing is, yeah, see, definitely don't get back there. Yeah, um, but the healing Nick has gotten through these horses is what I've gotten through this show. Um, it has been really healing for me. And me and Nick have had this conversation before. Um, this has healed me a lot more than anything I have ever done or tried. It's being able to talk to other veterans and being able to do something that I love. And I love this kind of stuff. You have to get over the fear of being in front of a camera. Of course, nobody likes that, right? But, being able to connect veterans and have them talk and the connections we've made over this last year, I'm so fortunate to be able to do it. And it has been healing. Nick just messaged me. Oh, now that's cool. Wow. I'll definitely try it, man. Yeah, that's what exactly what Nick said to me too. He said you'll get hooked on, you'll love it, and told me to try it. How cool is that painting? If you guys are watching right now, look at the painting that they're auctioning off right now. Yeah, the painting is amazing. Um, I know I got to get to Louisiana and ride with him one day. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Haven't Erica? I haven't been on a horse since I aged in foster care. You can definitely escape from life for hours. You know, I've got to try it. I got this fly flying around here right now. You can. It, a lot of people say that. I've got to try it. I do. See, I escape it from talking to you guys and doing this show, and yeah, like it doesn't seem like a lot. It seems like I get in front of a camera for maybe an hour on Sundays, but I want to bag a mule deer technique. You know, another thing, funny enough, I've never been hunting before either. I swear to you, I am I, I was raised in the city, right? So sports was everything to me. We didn't do a whole lot of hunting or anything like that. So all the outdoor stuff like the fishing, the hunting, stuff like that, I'm not too experienced with. Okay. Um, but you know, Leonard, who was on the show a few times, he said that he wanted to take me hunting, and I'm like, I don't know, man. I've never done it. I need to try it though. I really do. I think it would be pretty cool. And I'm always down to try new things. So this daggone fly is killing me, man. Um I think it would be fun. I don't even know what a mule deer is. If you want me to be completely honest with you, Ray, I have no clue what a mule deer is. See, uh, yeah, but don't they have I must sound so ignorant when I say this. Don't they have like wild boars down in Georgia? You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh at me so much. When it comes to outdoor stuff, I'm not so uh just never experienced it, right? So now see, I have fired weapons before. I do like doing that. So um so yeah, Erica, thank you. Uh Big rack deer. Um Yeah, man. I've just never I've never done it before. You know, it's funny because my son, I don't even what snipe hunting? What is that? I have no clue. I have no clue what some of this stuff is. Um and what was imported from Russia? Oh yeah, the wild boars. Yeah, see, and those things are mean, right? I'm not I don't know, man. And some of the stuff Leonard, goes hunting for just doesn't look like I'd be interesting or interested doing that. I don't know, man. Uh, I'll I'll try it though. I'll definitely try it. I do not know what snipe hunting is though. Give me a second. Let me look that up. Oh, real freaking funny one, you know. I hate you, Chad. Can't stand you. Imported wild boars from Russia. Wild hogs. See, now what? Why would I want to go down there and look for deer and hide and do all that stuff if I know that there is a? I don't know, man. Mm-mm. I don't know. I can't stand you, Chad. First of all, I can't stand you. Let's see where we're at with the. Oh, okay. Well, if we're up in the tree stand, see, I know the terminology. You better watch out. Uh, if we're up in the tree, I'm fine, right? You guys got some weird stuff down there in South Georgia, though. Like things in the woods that I don't know, man. I don't know. But I'll definitely try it. I'll try it because it's honestly like, in all honesty, it's something that I've wanted to try for years now, but I don't have a lot of friends that do the hunting up here and stuff like that. Um, but it's definitely something that I want to try. Yeah, tree stand, right? That's impressive. Yeah. Okay, Chad. Hey, Chad. Thanks for tuning in tonight, man. I know Nick appreciates it. I know I appreciate it. Um, thanks for being here. I appreciate it, man. And yeah, if you come down on the fourth, I'll definitely talk to you then. They say it's peaceful, man. They do. They say it's completely peaceful, and Leonard was the one who told me, he was like, "That's my happy space." He goes, "When I'm out there hunting, it's like nothing else in the world matters." So I definitely will. It'll be posted on the page too, Chad. They have raised over $31,000. Look at that Iwo Jima painting. Yeah, maybe I get down there to South Georgia. Hopefully, the goal for this channel is for me to get to more of these spots and stuff. Um, so I'm looking for like sponsors and stuff like that for the rally point. Um, and actually, whoever's in here right now, um, gets to hear this first. So what I have been working on, is a morning show, right? Here on Facebook and here on YouTube, um, is just a morning show where I go over this day in military history and quotes and stuff. It'll be maybe like a half hour, 45-minute show in the morning time, kind of relaxed like this. But I love doing this. And maybe a nonprofit of the day, maybe something along those lines, a veteran of the day, something along those lines would be incredible. The goal for this channel is for me to be able to do this full time because I absolutely love it. I have a passion for doing this. Not only am I able to mess around with technology and cameras and the show and do the graphics and things like that, but I'm able to help veterans all in the same token. So the goal is here soon, maybe in the fall time. I don't know. I'm trying my best here to figure out how to go about doing it, but would be a morning show. So Monday through Friday, a morning show, and then take Saturday off, spend that time with the kids, and then on Sunday do the rally point. I think that is something that I'm striving for. Um, but if I do it, I want to be able to put 100% into it. Gosh, now there's two flies in here. What in the world? I left my window open. Great. Um, but that's the thought, is some sort of a morning show here on Facebook and YouTube. I think that would be really cool. Just to get people's day started off right. Give them a little bit of inspiration. Um, I mean, I'm not the most inspirational person in the world, but something to look forward to every single morning, um, I think would be really cool. So that's the goal with the channel. And this channel has came such a long way, and it's truly because of you guys, but it's came such a long way because I just wanted to interview veterans, right? I just wanted to I'll check it out here in 1 second. I wanted to just interview veterans. I wanted to talk. I was having problems of my own, and this took off very quickly. I think I went from like 78 followers to over 6,000 overnight with one of our clips. But the biggest thing was is you guys allowed me to work on my audio, work on, I mean, if you look at the difference between the videos and the very first episode with Nick, um the difference between that and where we're at right now, and this is less than a year, um is incredible. Let me get back on here. That looks really cool. See, I'm here in Ohio, and that's one of the places I want to go is Tennessee. And I don't know if you've seen Lieutenant Hunyon on here, which I'm sure you have. He actually lives right outside of Nashville, and I want to go down there and visit him. Tennessee is absolutely gorgeous, so definitely want to do that. Yeah, it looked like it. Looked like it was. I could see how people think it's or find it peaceful. I truly do. That's awesome, man. I actually I lived in Charlotte for a little while. Not that long. I moved down there with a job that I had back in like 2011 ish. Um, the mountains down there are gorgeous. I actually liked it down there. But I lived in, like I said, I lived in Charlotte. I've never lived in the country before. See, right now I live inside the city as well, but when I buy, I want to be out in the country with a little bit of land. Um, and I want to do chickens because, you know, I think it would be pretty cool. And then you would have eggs all the time. So, yeah, I can see that, man. Plus, are you're in South Georgia? Is that where you're at? Yeah, see, South Georgia to me, I've been down to Mississippi before, and I've also been to the New Orleans area. It is so damn humid down there. I couldn't do it. Ohio is hot, but it's not like it's nowhere near like Georgia. Yeah, it's too hot down there for me, man. I couldn't do South Georgia. There's no way. Because I know I spent some time, like I said, in Mississippi, um, and it was just in the summer months, man. It is so hot. Oh, I know he's nervous. I know he is nervous. Um, I, but he did really well. I know he's nervous. I can't wait to see what place he got. But to be honest with you, I'm just proud of the guy. I thought he did great. Uh, Again, I don't know what I'm looking at, but it looks like he did great to me. He stayed on the horse, which is always a good thing. Um, so I know he's nervous. He told me Sunday night before the stream, he said he hopes that he wins a belt buckle, and I truly I hope he does. That's my hope for him. That's what he said. Um, Hey Ray, fall up here in Ohio is gorgeous too, man. If you ever get the chance to come up here, definitely do that because it's gorgeous up here. But I like the New England states in the fall time. Fantastic. I've been to Boston in October. Incredible. He told me that you used to. How we doing, Mikey? He told me that he used to have the chaps and everything as a kid. Um, so before he gets back on here, if you have any of those pictures of him in a pair of chaps, definitely send those over to me so that on the rally point on Sunday, I can surprise him with that. So I can put a picture of him on from this and be like, but you started out like this. So if you have those pictures, please send those to me. All right, here we go. I'm nervous. I know he has to be nervous. Hey, Mikey, Nick Crouch. Okay, hold on one second. So Nick is actually competing with the American Paint Horse Association. He is actually in Fort Worth, Texas right now, and he got to compete on the world stage. For the last 3 days, he's been trained by one of the world's best trainers, and he got to compete on the world stage. Oh man, he didn't win a buckle, but you know what? Here's the thing, right? I know he wanted to win a buckle. But oh, hold on. So he didn't win a belt buckle, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. He got to do something that he's always wanted to do. Um, Something that most people never get the chance to do. And he got to do it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, every single one of these guys. I mean, you can't be mad about it because they're all servicemen and women, right? And but he got to do something that he's always wanted to do. But not only that, the steps that he has made since, like I said in the very beginning of this, is he did get to wear the buckle from the horse winning while he rode. That's amazing. Um, but you know what Nick actually won at? Look at the transformation and the changes Nick has made in his life um, in the last year. I Nick is doing such a good job, um, an amazing job, and I couldn't be more proud of that guy because of everything that I know he's went through, um, from the time in Iraq to Germany to back at Brooke Army Medical Center to Fort Riley, Kansas, and beyond, up until you know now. Look at the changes he's made. Look at the progression he's made. I couldn't be more proud of this guy. To get to watch one of your brothers live out a lifelong dream is something that I know that I'll never forget, even though I know nothing about horses, right? I wanted to let him know that I was supporting him and watching. Um, Even though I've never watched it before, but I knew it was something that he loved because he has supported this channel so much, and he was the very first episode. He didn't have to do that. So I'm proud of him, very proud of him. Not only am I proud of him, but I'm proud of Barnside Brotherhood for what they've done, not only for Nick, but what they do every single day for veterans. The sacrifices that they've made for veterans, um, and always putting the veterans first. So yes, he may not have won a buckle, but he has nothing to hang his head about because he's doing an amazing job. 2 hours. Well, love you. God bless you all. Way to go, Nick. Next year, I see a buckle coming. Good night, brothers. Hey, good night, Ray. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I love you, brother. Um, but I couldn't be more proud of Nick for what he has done, and Barnside Brotherhood. They both. I don't even know what else to say about them. Well, I love you too, and thank you. That means the world to me. It truly does. I try my hardest. So I'm going to be signing off of here too as well. It has been fun tonight. Something a little bit different than what you guys see me doing on Sunday nights with the Rally Point. Yeah, Mikey. Gosh, man, I got emotional just probably about an hour ago. thinking about a year ago. It's been almost a year ago since I started Operation Intel Veteran Stories, and the very first episode was Nick, and I played a little bit of his story at the beginning of the show, and let people know who was on who we were watching tonight, which was really cool. Um, but it's crazy because of what we've talked about, or what we did talk about in August about helping veterans out and doing our best. Yeah, this show may not be perfect, um, but it's doing a lot of good, and it's a community that steps up and supports each other. Um, but listen, guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. Thanks for supporting Nick by being here. It's been an awesome experience. Getting to watch him do this has been great. Um, if you guys have any suggestions on the Freedom Fest 2026, about what you guys would like to see, definitely inbox me. I'd definitely love to hear from you. I will see you guys Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you guys. Thanks again for coming in and watching with me. But more so than that, thanks for supporting my brother and what he's doing and what he had the chance of doing tonight. Thanks, Erica. I love you guys. I'll see you on Sunday night.